Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's it going, Jamie?
It's going.
It's going.
Going pretty good.
Going pretty good.
And I actually mean it.
I actually mean it. How's everybody in the chat room doing this evening?
Looks like we got half on YouTube and half on Facebook tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the old Facebook feed.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah, see if it takes a poop on us somewhere in the middle of the show. I don't know.
I think they probably just, I don't know, didn't like something probably we were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bummed. I missed, I was going to go to Jonah. I don't know how to say her name. It was on Paranormal.
I forgot about it.
I signed on right at the damn end of the show.
I wanted to do that.
Yep. I got on like literally like right when she was signing off. I was like, crap.
I was going to say, why didn't you remind me? But it wouldn't have done me any good.
What's up, Wolfie? How's it going, man?
Debbie in YouTube says she's doing good. We had a rainstorm right now.
Man, we had so much rain here the last week. It rained and the wind blew, and it rained some more and the wind blew harder. And, you know, that's because I'd planned.
The music was kind of dramatic.
Yeah, you know. It's because I'd planned on going fishing, so that's why the wind was like literally blowing 35 miles an hour all week.
Nice.
It's like anytime I like have time and like make plans to actually take the boat out, the weather turns into a freaking monsoon. But hey, you know, there's always tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Zariana said she was talking about St. Augustine and some of the haunted places there.
Yeah, we got a couple.
I asked if she's been there. She says not yet. She'd like to go one day.
I like that answer. Not yet.
Not yet, exactly.
Yep. Hopefully Facebook will keep the whatever. Keep the feed rolling.
Yeah, keep
Who
people
knows? If it
updated.
doesn't, yeah, jump over to YouTube or the old Twitch.
My light looks really cool tonight.
Yeah,
I must have it aimed at
matches
this
my
way.
shirt.
I thought that earlier. I'm like, you would look like a floating head if you were sitting here.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a green screen though.
Yeah, I love St. Augustine too.
I
We're
haven't
too
been there
cold
yet
there.
either.
It's a pretty cool town. Although, nothing like it used to be.
Nothing is. Nothing is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a ton of I didn't get any full on crazy Florida man stories this week, but I do have a Florida story that it's not Florida man, but a Florida man found it, and it is pretty crazy. So
The snake in the dryer?
nope.
Okay.
See, that kind of shit would be normal to me.
Yeah, because I seen that earlier, like in Florida. There's, I have to skip past all the animal weird stories.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach was here. He took me out to lunch, and then we went and smoked some cigars. That was a fun day, man. I still appreciate that, dude. So, can start out with a Florida story.
Did
Did
it? See,
turn this music down. It's getting a little out of control over here.
you can hear that.
All right. What's happening on the beaches in Florida? Well, this is happening on the beaches in Florida. Military drone washes up on a Florida beach. This is groovy red rocket.
Oh, sick.
Rocketeer looking drone here. I got that, and there's another picture here that you can kind of see.
That's kind of tight.
How big it is. That's what she said.
Or what's what he said?
There we go. Yeah, officials say an Air Force drone washed up in Hammock Park. Let's see what the article says. Drone washes up. Beachcombers in Florida stumbled upon a strange object over the weekend. Yeah, it's not something you normally would like see on the beach, looking for a shark tooth and you see this damn rocket laying on the beach. They say it's a military target drone. The U.S. Air Force uses drones, a BQM-167A, as a practice target for guns and missiles. The apparent lack of damage to the drone, however, suggests that whoever took a shot at the Skeeter drone missed it. A Reddit user first posted this discovery on March.
Wait. It's a Skeeter?
Yeah, they call it Skeeter.
Mm-hmm.
Reddit user first posted it on March 19th, claiming their mom and uncle found a USAF target drone on Boynton Beach. In the photo, the drone's fuselage, wings, and vertical stabilizer all appear intact, and there's no signs of damage. 2 panels appear exposed near the nose that could be launching locations for chaff and flares, which the drone uses to simulate an invading enemy aircraft. The Kratos-built BQM-167A is launched from land via rocket. Once in the air, a miniature turbine engine takes over, and the drone acts as a stand-in for enemy aircraft. The Skeeter is 20 feet long and has a wingspan of 10.5 feet.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a big-ass drone.
Oh, my goodness.
The drone boasts a top speed of 698 miles an hour, 0.91 Mach. and can fly from 50 feet above sea level to 50,000 feet. It carries a variety of payloads, including a scoring system to register electronic training hits, payloads that can make the drone's radar signature larger to impersonate larger airplanes, electronically identify friend or foe identifiers, shaft, distracting radar guided missiles, and flares for luring away infrared guided missiles. So, yeah.
It distracts you with a shaft.
Yeah. Hey, look at this.
So wait, you're saying it goes 50 feet up?
It can fly from 50 feet to 50,000 feet.
Okay, I was gonna say, because 50 feet's like our regulation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's where my brain just went like, huh? There's
Skeeter on me, Peter. Knock it off.
knock it off.
Yeah.
I learned it whacking off.
Well, there you go. That'd be a big ass Skeeter. Be a big ass Peter.
That's why I kept laughing. Because there's a Skeeter on my Peter whacking off. Whack it off.
So yeah, that would be an interesting find to find on the beach. I found some weird stuff on the beach, but I've yet to find a military drone.
That makes you want, makes you think a little bit too.
I'd be like carting that thing home. I wouldn't have told
Shit,
anybody.
you know it's got GP like freaking low jack on it.
I know. That'd be my luck. I'd lug it in the back of the truck and the damn thing would explode or something.
It's also like the men in black drive up to their house. They're like, fork it over.
Yep. Hey, finders keepers, man.
You know that they have to have some sort of.
I'm not the dumbass
Well,
that
they
missed
obviously
it.
didn't find it. Someone else found it first.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I'm not the dumbass that missed the target. It's not my fault it washed up on the beach.
Burn. So, go to my old phone here. Okay. For those of you that like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I don't know how much you're going to want to eat it after this, but keep in mind, everything we eat does have a small percentage of rat droppings in it. So, the rat droppings in the story isn't the weirdest part. An interview with the guy feuding with Cinnamon Toast Crunch over an alarming discovery in his cereal. For decades, kids have been digging through their cereal boxes, dredging up little prizes, but some unlucky cereal eaters have found much worse than a toy dinosaur floating in their breakfast bowls. Sounds like something's right across the ceiling. In 17, BuzzFeed News reported a long list of stomach-churning discoveries. A woman unearthed a thumbtack in her Cheerios, and a man bit down on a bone from his box of frosted mini-wheats. And this week, Jensen Karp, a former rapper and current writer and podcast host in LA, joined the corrupted cereal club when he found what he says are shrimp tails, rat droppings, and floss in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Nasty.
So it just sounds like a whole lot of garbage thrown into it. Not just rat droppings, but like they swept the floor and put the dustpan into it.
Yeah, they like dump the trash in the cereal bin.
God, they're so good. A Twitter feud between Karp and the cereal brand has ensued. CTC is trying to wipe its hands clean of the matter while Karp is continuing to go viral with his, and he is a podcaster, go viral with his disgust as he investigates his findings. State talked with Karp as he was on his way to get the possible rat poo squares tested. So we purchased the Cinnamon Toast. Okay, this is him talking. So we purchased the Cinnamon Toast Crunch on Saturday at the Costco in Woodland Hills, California. And I've been a huge fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch ever since I was a kid. It's literally the only cereal I eat even at 41. I have no shame in it. I poured myself a bowl and ate that bowl. I have a 21-month-old, and normally I'll eat a second bowl and give him some. He thinks they're like cookies. I was getting my second bowl ready when something plopped out of it. I was like, what is that? At first I thought it was a grouping of two cereal pieces together. But then I looked closer and I was like, this is a shrimp tail. There was nothing else it could be. There was no other option. Then I looked in the bag and found another shrimp tail. Oh, wait. And then I looked in the bag and another shrimp tail was chilling at the top of it. And they're sugar coated and look processed. And then it says, what was your reaction of seeing this? I wanted to walk into traffic. I pushed it away and I was like, yuck. I immediately sent a picture of it to my wife. I went through the complaint form process on the General Mills site and I also tweeted the picture online. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't want them to look stupid. I want to forever be cool with them. But the only reason this is viral is because they were so insane with their response. I would have dropped this immediately if CTC, oh, I guess that's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, was like, hey, we're going to investigate this and call Costco and do all the things we need to do to protect people with shellfish allergies or people who buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch because it's so kosher. We'll take care of this. Instead, I got the exact opposite. They were really nice on private message, but publicly they posted this really weird response where they said, hey, we investigated it. It's not a shrimp tail. It's an accumulation of sugar. And like, there's literally no world where people think that's not a shrimp tail. It's a shrimp tail. And then at that point, it just made me mad. And my friend called me and was like, dude, you've got to go through the rest of the bag. I never even thought to do that. In the bag, I found a piece of string, what looks like a pistachio nut that also went through the sugar coating process. And some of the squares have raised black spots on them. And some of the squares have like a red dye on them. And when my wife came home, she said that we have to look at the other bag. And the other bag has a piece of dental floss in it. And the bag looks like it was taped up. And then they ask, what was your response to the people who are saying it's just a publicity stunt? I don't even have anything to promote. I mean, I have a podcast where I'd never talk about this or joke about it. That's something I necessarily don't want to be remembered for. This is not what I want to spend my day doing. I don't want to go to poison control. Also, the items are actually cooked onto the Cinnamon Toast Crunch squares. They've all been sugar coated. I don't know. I would do that as a prank, and also pranks should be funny, and which this is not. So why not taste the shrimp tails for public confirmation? Said the interviewee. No one is ever going to try the shrimp tails. I have a very queasy stomach and I'm medicated for OCD.
Oh man.
Huh? I do not want to play that game. Carp has since tweeted that he sent the tails to a company that has offered to DNA test them for free. What have you eaten since this incident? I have not eaten since. I am going to do...
I quit eating food altogether.
I have not eaten since. I'm going to do a juice cleanse today purely because I don't want to even think about eating. I feel very sick. Not physically, but I feel very sick mentally. Yeah. Will you ever eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch again? No, I'll never eat it again, which is a bummer because it's really, truly the only cereal I eat. This just sucks.
Oh man, my Cinnamon Crunch Toast Crunch dreams have been crushed.
He's like, so I looked at the bag, there's another shrimp tail chilling at the top.
It's like chilling at the top, dude.
And that's exactly what a company would say. Oh, it's fused sugar. BS. You know we've all gotten weird stuff in our food from time to time.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Right before the show, I was telling Jamie I got a friend that I can't think of the name of the office she works in, but her job is she works in a lab and she tests food from all over the country. And she was like, "Yep." We were talking one day. She's like, "Yep. If you saw what I saw, you'd never eat peanuts again. You'd never drink coffee again. Grains and cereal, yeah, you would probably never eat that again." And you can go look it up. They're all our food is allowed so much, like roach shit and legs and whatever in it. A certain percentage is safe for human consumption. So yeah, when you eat
Michelle
your,
says it's called filler.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, remember when the what was it? The Reese's peanut butter cups? Remember that thing where they supposedly have worms in it, like mealworms?
Yeah, but you know what? We had those Cadbury fruit and nut candy bars.
Yep.
And they have like all little squares. It comes like a big one. Okay, so my mom used to love the hell out of those, and she'd get the one with raisins. One day she goes and opens it, and she realizes there's like a weird hole. She thought it was like an air hole from the chocolate, but the part she broke off had a little white worm coming out of it. So she looks at the paper. She realizes there's wormholes in the chocolate. She'll never eat it again. She won't eat that candy bar. But there was I seen it, worms in the chocolate.
Yep.
But people eat that. I mean, right?
Yeah,
It's protein.
I guess.
It's just not what we want when we're having a sugar fix.
Yeah, when you sit down to eat your candy bar, you don't want to look down and see a half bitten and half worm in it, because that means the other half has already gone down the hatch. And you're like,
In fact, I've got some Cadbury baby mini eggs right there. All the talk of the worms just made me hungry.
yeah. Yeah. I found some weird stuff in my food before.
What's the weirdest thing?
I found like string and like other stuff like that. And I want to say it wasn't like a packaged food. It was like restaurant food. I found like a part of a Band-Aid or something in my food one time. That was pretty disgusting.
I had a chick's full fingernail. Like, if it bit off, in my pancake, I'd pull out of my mouth. I threw a fit. I even stood in front of the store, and I told you don't want to eat it here type stuff. I got someone fired, but I accidentally had the wrong store number. So after all that, a waitress got fired, just not the one that was responsible.
It happens. You can deny it if you want, but
oh, I made a fit in there. Everybody that was eating stopped and looked at me.
So let's see if I can get my share screen to work right. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Ooh, Freedom got a thorn in his burrito at Taco Bell.
Oh, man. I didn't eat Taco Bell for a long time. It wasn't that I found something weird in my food, but I ate my food and I got like violently ill. And it was literally like 10 years before I would eat Taco Bell ever again. That was just like, I'd see it and I'd just like get queasy. It was funny too, because my roommate that I was living with at the time, we got Taco Bell and we both ate it at the same time, and all of a sudden he like starts feeling really bad, and he got up and he started puking everywhere. He's in the bathroom just like blowing chunks. And
this isn't going to be like the Family Guy, is it?
Now he's asking me, he was like, "How do you feel?" And I'm like, "I'm fine, dude. I don't know what's wrong with you, man. I'm totally fine." He's like, "Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Taco Bell's not sitting right." He's barfing away and comes out and he's like, "You still feel okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it was like 30 minutes later, I was sitting there and I'm like, uh-oh. I had the delayed reaction. And man, it was like, couldn't get there fast enough. It hit like split second. And yeah, I was pretty much done with Taco Bell after that night.
Taco Bell and Carl's Jr. are two of the places that I've gotten the sickest. Like, thought I'd rather die.
Yeah.
So sick. And then Carl's Jr., again, I was like at that age where, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take your job and your mom's job and, running my mouth. But I was pissed because I was sick as hell.
Yeah.
Throwing up blood. So guess what they offered me?
What, a free burger?
Yeah. Gift certificates for basically a year's worth of this shit. I'm like, dude, that almost killed me.
Yeah. It's like it's going to be at least a year before I even think about eating anything else from there.
It's like I just wanted them to pay for my, drip bag at Kaiser and stuff. I didn't ask for much, and I certainly didn't want to get it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing like a Taco Bell food poisoning. That's like,
Yeah, it was rough.
Botulism.
Yeah, it was bad. And I'm like one of those people, like I'm 57 years old and I still I got 10 fingers and I could still have a few that I wouldn't have to put down for the times I've puked in my life. And yeah, that was one of them for sure.
That is so crazy. Yeah,
So this
like that.
Who would be willing to do what this couple is doing? I want to know. Want to know. A Ukrainian couple who grew tired of arguing and trying to mend their on and off relationship. They handcuffed their hands together for 3 months. Relationship. And they handcuffed themselves together for 3 months, and they're documenting their experiences on social media. Hey, anything to get a like, right? Online car salesman Alexander Cudley, 33, and beautician Victoria Pustafitova, I'm going to screw that name up, 28, began with what they called an experiment on Valentine's Day, and since have gained thousands of followers on Instagram.
Oh, so it's nothing about saving their damn relationship.
In terms of
they got some fuzzy handcuffs for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they're probably the Velcro ones. In terms of physical comfort, with every day passing, we're getting used to it more and more. It gets easier, Cudley told reporters in their flat in eastern city of Kharkiv.
Somewhereville, USA.
No, Somewhereville, Ukraine. He came up with the idea after Pustovova, I'm going to butcher her name, said she wanted to break up with him. We used to break up once or twice a week. When during another flight, Vika once again said that we had to break up. Did I say fight or flight? I don't know. I'm just tearing this article's ass out. I replied, then I'll attach myself to you. She refused his idea at first, hanging up the phone on him and the first time he suggested it, but eventually changed her mind. For nearly a month now, neither has had any personal space, and they do everything together from grocery shopping to cigarette breaks. I decided it'll be an interesting experience for me. It'll bring into my life new bright emotions, which I didn't experience before, she says. I love him, so I came to a decision to do it. Now they post images of themselves on Instagram portraying the idyllic coexistence, complete with captions stressing the importance of mutual respect and understanding. They've also appeared on talk shows on the Ukrainian television. As for their relationship, some tension has come up, but couples say they've found new ways of dealing with discord. Fights between us did not disappear. We still fight, but we approach a dead We approach a dead end and there is no understanding between us. We simply stop talking instead of packing up our things and walking away. The public response has been a mix of praise, skepticism, and simple curiosity. Comments on Instagram range from lovely couple to can anyone explain to me what they do this for?
Okay, and I want to see under the cuff if it's like got that red ring under it, because who wants to say they take that stuff off as soon as they post what they need to post?
Yeah.
You can't tell me they're showering like that, taking a crap. No.
Well, it says among the most burning questions is how does the couple go to the toilet? The answer? The other has to wait outside with a handcuffed hand remaining inside the bathroom. They take turns showering as well. Why would you take turns? You might as well just
Why
get
would
in
you
the
take
shower
turns if you're
together.
a couple? And my bathroom door ain't close to the toilet.
Yeah, be like Stretch Armstrong arm.
Go gadget. Publicity stunt. I'm sorry, people, but I'm glad that you saved your relationship through social media.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it took to get you guys, together again, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
We'll stay together if we get 2,000 likes.
Yeah. Give us 1,000 likes and I'll tattoo this unicorn on my ass. So, let's see. I don't know. Most of my stuff. Oh, talking about. Okay, here. Talk about stupid publicity stuff. Pull up the sushi.
Let's see. Where's that one at?
Taiwan urges residents not to change their names to salmon for free sushi. March 18. And this article's from UPI. The Taiwanese government is urging residents not to change their legal names to salmon to take advantage of a restaurant's free sushi promotion. Said 100 people have registered to change their names to salmon under the country's Name Act to take advantage of the restaurant chain Sushiro's promotion, which promises free sushi to customers' names for customers whose name include the Chinese characters used to spell out the name of the fish. The restaurant requires customers taking advantage of the promotion to provide official ID, inspiring some to change their names legally. Do they get it for life? The ministry urged residents not to change their names for the promotion, pointing out that the Name Act only allows a person to change their name 3 times, meaning some of those who change their names for the promotion could be stuck with the name for the rest of their life. So, yeah. I wonder if the guy had to change his name to CTC, if he would do that for free CTC. Would you change your name or like get a tattoo for free food if it was for life? If it was for life.
I don't know. A tattoo depends on how big and depends on where the food was coming from.
If it was like a restaurant that you absolutely loved, okay, like say it was a steakhouse, like we have Cattleman's out here, and you had to brand Cattleman's on your ass, but you would have a steak dinner every night until Cattleman's went out of business.
Wow, that's a lot of steak. I like steak, but I probably couldn't eat that much steak. But once a week.
Once a week. So if you had a steak dinner once a week for the remaining term of the company, would you do it?
A tattoo or a brand?
A tattoo.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, a brand, my ass is gonna be hurting.
Well, that looks like the brand name.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about their logo.
Yeah. I was thinking like Red Hot, like
no, not an actual brand.
That's a thing nowadays. I don't know. I might think about it.
I would not tattoo Red Bull's logo on me for free Red Bull for life. But if I was someone that had like an arm sleeve with a whole bunch of stuff already thrown in there, Like if I didn't do my tattoos in a sentimental way like I do, I might throw something in the middle of something.
Yeah. I mean,
Cover it up later.
if you had free food every night and you could just go somewhere and eat free,
Yeah.
tattoo on your ass might not be a bad deal
Like
because
hometown buffet.
food's pretty damn expensive, And
Yeah.
if you didn't have to buy food, you save a lot of money.
Hometown buffet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat room, would you do it? Yeah, if they wanted it on my face, oh hell no, not happening.
Yeah, not on my face.
But on an ass cheek, I mean,
I guess it's different. Well, I can't even say that.
yeah, we got Longhorn here. We got what's the other place? I can't even think of it. Tells you how much I go out to eat. What's the name of that damn steakhouse? Now it's gonna bug me.
Black Angus.
Nope. It's like a big chain here. Anyways.
Kicked out of our chat. Ooh, Angela was sketching out a tat idea. What were you sketching out?
I was sketching out, thinking about it, getting a tattoo. So we got this Arizona scientist suggests turning the moon. What?
Wait, is that the same one I was gonna do?
Is it? Wait a minute. It might be. I may have clicked on yours. Yeah. Let me go back.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
I don't have the article.
Oh.
I saw this earlier.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It's a cool story. You can read it.
I don't have the story.
Well.
So let me get to my story here.
Okay, get to your story.
This one is you always talk about, how the world, how the year's been so crazy. What's next? We're gonna have, like a herd of locusts or something like that. Well, maybe we might, sort of. A loud month for sure. U.S. awaits a huge 17-year cicada. Do you say it cicada or is it cicada? Cicada?
I don't know how to pronounce that, but those things are huge and worse than locusts.
I'm going to say cicada.
Okay.
And anyway, I'm going to say creepy ass winged bug. And the article says, yeah, you hear it right, 17 year. This is pretty crazy. For millions of Americans, this may be an extra noisy month. A once every 17-year hatch of periodic cicadas is set to occur across parts of the eastern United States, and it's expected to be big. The hatch of cicadas, called Brood X, will take place once the warming spring soil reaches a certain temperature. Billions of cicada nymphs, which have been living off tree roots for the last 17 years, will crawl out of the ground, shed their skin, and start feeding and looking for mates. It's hard to predict the exact day the hatching will start, but Dr. Jessica Ware, an associate curator of the invertebrate zoology at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, expects it will be sometime around May 13th. So yeah. And it's there's a little bit more here. I think May is going to be a loud month for sure for cicadas. She says male cicadas make a loud chirping sound by vibrating a plate called a thimble located on their abdomens. Yeah, they're loud as hell. It's their kind of dance. Males are showing that they can call as loud and as long as possible, which means they're probably a good mate. Females are listening and they're calling loud. Are they calling long? It's kind of a complicated acoustic dance that they're doing. Periodic cicadas are different species from the annual cicadas that can be heard on most summer nights after dusk. Ware said scientists are not sure exactly why periodic cicadas developed a long life cycle, but it probably evolved as a survival mechanism. Anything that can live underground in an egg for 17 years, they've got long-term survival wired.
They got some endurance, man.
She said cicadas are harmless and their hatch provides food for birds, animals, and other instincts. It's kind of exciting to think about brood X emerging because the last time there were individuals above the ground from the last brood was 2004. So when you think about it, a lot's happened in the last 17 years. Brood X cicada hatches will occur in the middle part of eastern United States from as far as eastern Tennessee all the way to southern parts of New York. So thank God I live in Florida.
Maybe that's what it is, the noise, because I thought either they were like locusts or something, because I always hear people bitching about them. So maybe it's the noise.
Yeah. We get love bugs here. Does anybody get love bugs where you're at? That makes a mess out of your car.
No, I'm trying to think what they would be called out here if it wasn't called that, but
they're little black bugs with like a red stripe or dot on them, and they're pretty much, I don't know what purpose they serve. Even birds and shit don't even eat them.
Huh.
They'll just be, you'll be driving and there'll just be like a swarm of this black swarm of bugs, and when you hit them with your car, they're like real soft bodied and they just plaster your car. And then if you don't get them off immediately, they stick to your car and they're hell to get off.
When you're like on the highway, like a highway type bugs, or
they're all over the place.
It's like when we run through all the crap going up to Fresno. Anybody who's out here knows that ride on 99. Ugh, your car by the end of it. A big ass potato bug smashed.
This is a love bug, since people are asking.
Yeah, I'm curious.
And you'll see why they're called love bugs too.
Does this spot look like a heart?
No, but
do they snuggle?
They snuggle. They do snuggle. There you go. There's love bugs.
And oh yeah, we have things that kind of look like that.
Yeah. Those are love bugs, and yeah. Not ladybugs, love bugs. And you see why they're called love bugs, because they're usually doing it and flying along and looking for cars to paste.
My cat's name is Love Bug.
Well, these are a whole lot nastier than any cat could ever be. Guaranteed.
Well, my love bug is not nasty. Okay, since we had the moon a second ago, Arizona scientists suggest turning the moon into Earth's lunar repository. Natural underground caverns on the moon could store frozen samples of Earth's species. Remember in Arizona, I told you they were storing them bodies and pets for $1,000 something a pop. Looks like that's where they're wanting to ship them to. In order to protect biodiversity in the event of global catastrophe. What I tell you, Rob, about the meat?
Yep.
Tucson, Arizona. Natural underground caverns on the moon could be used to store frozen samples of Earth's species in order to protect biodiversity in the event of global catastrophe, according to a University of Arizona scientist and his students. Jekin, a professor of aerospace and mechanical engineering, and 5 of his students presented a paper earlier this month on the concept during the International IEEE Aerospace Conference, which was held virtually this year. He said the underground biological repository would serve as a backup copy of frozen seeds, spores, sperm, and egg samples from most Earth species, like Noah's Ark. Oh my God, they're making a Noah's Ark with the moon.
Yep.
My mom already said something like that. She goes, I think they're sending 2 and 2 up there. Well, yep, Mom.
Yep. We're running out of room here.
Yeah. And those underground caverns always make me think, like, if we turn into the moon, all of our underground bunkers and mine shafts and all that would look like underground caverns. Something to think about. The specimens would be kept safe inside the caves carved by molten lava hundreds of feet below the surface of the moon. The caves, some large enough to hold a 30-story building, can be reached. Damn.
That's one big ass hole.
Oh my God. That's like a whole. See? There's something going on, dude.
Yeah.
How do they even know that? Okay. My brain right now is like, stay on subject, Jamie. Okay. The caves, some large enough to hold a 30-story building, can be reached by rocket from Earth in 4 to 5 days and provide an environment essentially undisturbed for the past 3 to 4 billion years, scientists say. Essentially undisturbed. Yeah, because we've obviously been screwing around down there. University doctoral candidate, we're going to say Mr. Flores, and undergraduate student Claire Pedersen were the lead authors of the paper. They said the idea came from the biblical story of Noah's Ark, but instead of 2 of every animal, the lunar ark. Oh, they're calling it the lunar ark. I didn't pre-read this. Okay. Would store 50 samples from each of the chosen species in a high-tech archive manned by robots and powered with solar panels. I gotta send this to my mom. The group has been researching ideas amid global catastrophe for the last 7 years. There's nothing like that on planet Earth. There's nothing as secure, he said, adding that it serves as an insurance policy in the event of a global catastrophe. He estimates it could take as little as 5 years and 15 space launches to create the repository. He said it would also be similar to that of the Svalbard seed bank, an existing repository in Norway that holds hundreds of thousands of plant samples. Instead, the one on the moon would hold as many as 1 million different seed packets. The group hopes to send 6.7 million species to the moon, representing up to 90% of all known plants and animals, minus those that cannot be cryogenically preserved, he said. It's unclear what will happen to the samples once on the moon. I knew it was weird when I seen that Arizona, and it's Arizona that is actually freezing these people.
Yeah, Zach.
What do you say?
He said they're off in Tucson though, so.
Yeah. We want to save it for a time when we have the technology to redeploy it, he said, because once it's lost forever. There's no way to get it back. So far, work on the idea has been funded through a grant by NASA. The group has announced plans to release more details as they conduct more research, including how the samples might react to long-term storage and microgravity. Mr. Flores, a doctoral student who co-wrote the first paper on the concept, welcomes the challenge. Multidisciplinary projects are hard due to their complexity, but I think the same complexity is what makes them beautiful, he said. So, yeah. So for $1,000 or whatever, they'll save like your head. For like a couple more thousand, your whole body, and they put it like frozen nitrogen, and then like for whatever amount your pets, they say, and so that in case they can bring them back or do something with them later, that's what you can do with your dead body. Have it frozen or your head. Now I see the way that's all going.
Well, what I want to know is, okay, supposedly we've been to the moon. That's a whole nother discussion, but
Yeah.
we've only like scratched the surface on the moon, of the few times that we've been there. We haven't been back to the moon in a long time.
But yet
they know that there's these underground tunnels and caves and stuff on the moon. How the hell do they know this? Do they like using their iPhone and looking at it at night? Hey, there's one right there.
Maybe that's what China, maybe they got it from, well, not that China's going to tell, or Russia, make someone else that's been up there.
Yeah. Who was it? It wasn't us. It was somebody. Was it China or Russia or somebody that sent the one, my brain is farting hard right now. The little thing that went around the dark side of the moon, they lost communication with it. And, came back, supposedly took pictures of the dark side of the moon.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. But, yeah, I don't know. It was dark, so I guess the pictures weren't that good. It is weird. Of all the moons from all the planets, ours is the only one that doesn't, like rotate, and it's always facing us on one side only. Every time you look at the moon, you see the same damn side of it. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. Jason said it's hollow, and
when they landed a long time, and that's something I always think about. Somebody say when something crashed into the moon or they landed, it rang like a bell, and that keeps sticking in my head, the ringing like a bell.
Yeah. Maybe it was Sputnik. I don't know. Is the moon hollow? Does it have, that's a big ass cave to put a 30-story building in and still have plenty of room. That's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. But I don't know. That's the moon's a weird place for sure. I don't see why we haven't gone back there. They're like, oh, it's just the moon. They kind of blow it off. We went there one time. We got some moon rocks.
Because again, they know more than they want to say that they're going to say, and it's nothing to see here.
Yeah. I've always heard the story that, we went to the moon, we saw things we weren't supposed to see, we weren't supposed to talk about, and we were warned not to come back. So, hey, maybe that's why we haven't been back. Just saying, I don't know. Could be. It's a theory. It's a conspiracy theory. But it kind of makes sense. Why haven't we been back to the moon? It's like the closest thing to us, the closest next big rock, in the sky away from us.
Yeah, we're talking about like Mars and stuff. It's like we still haven't fully grasped the concept of
send some people to the moon, give them a dune buggy, let them go cruising, it's not that big.
Moon buggy.
Yeah, moon buggy. They could moon dance up
like
there.
Like that commercial, Smokey.
Yeah. What did they see on the moon? What's that commercial? Anybody remember that commercial where the astronauts were on the moon and like, I forget what it was that they were eating, and like some big thing comes like running out, and it's like smashing the ship and everything. And the one little astronaut guy's hiding over there. And then he's like, he farts and the thing like turns its head and hears him. It's like a bean commercial or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I just remember the astronaut farting on the moon part of it, because that's how my brain works.
I don't remember.
Anybody in the chat room remember that, or am I just totally crazy?
So wait, so an astronaut commercial farted on the moon?
Yeah, it was an ad. It was a commercial for something. I don't know what it was, like Bush's
commercial astronaut farts on the moon.
There you go. The powers up the internet.
Oh, moon monster and astronaut beings.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, he runs and hides. The monster thing is like smashing up the spaceship, and he's hiding behind a rock, and all of a sudden he's like, huh? Had to be like Bush's beans or something like that.
Oh, wait, it has a monster in it?
Yeah.
Okay, then this is it here. I didn't have my volume up.
Pating.
Ding! I can't. I mean,
I wonder if they'll can us if I play this.
I don't know.
Well, that's definitely not it.
It's not the commercial?
Whatever just popped up, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. This is it.
Oh, wait. He's hiding behind the rock. It's Hanes baked beans, not for astronauts.
Here we go. We'll just play it. What the hell?
Oh, there he farted.
What's Facebook going to do? Kick us off? Oh, man. Why is nothing working right?
So
Here we go.
easily amused.
Yeah. Here we go. This is it. Oh, man. Yeah, that's probably enough to get us kicked off, but what the heck?
Oh, gee. What is your question, Miss D? Do you have another article?
Nope, I'm fresh out.
Okay. Well, speaking of planets and Mars.
You leave it to me and I'll show commercials of farting on the moon, see?
A piece. Speaking of Mars and planets and such, a piece of Wright brothers' first airplane is now on Mars. Cape Canaveral, Florida. A piece of the Wright brothers' first airplane is on Mars. NASA's experimental Martian helicopter holds a small swatch of fabric from the 1903 Wright Flyer, the space agency revealed Tuesday. The helicopter, named Ingenuity, hitched a ride to the Red Planet, with the Perseverance rover arriving last month. Ingenuity will attempt the first powered, controlled flight on another planet no sooner than April 8th. It will mark a Wright brothers moment, noted Bobby, director for planetary science. The historical park in Dayton, Ohio, the Wrights' hometown, donated the postage-sized piece of muslin from the plane's bottom left wing at NASA's request. The swatch made the 300 million mile journey to Mars with the blessing of the Wright brothers' great-grandniece and great-grandnephew, said park curator Steve. Wilbur and Orville Wright would be pleased to know that a little piece of their 1903 Wright Flyer, Wright Flyer 1, the machine that launched the space age by barely 1/4 of a mile, is going to soar into history again on Mars, Amanda Wright Lane and Stephen Wright said in a statement provided by the park. Orville Wright was on board for the world's first powered controlled flight on December 17th, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, The brothers took turns making 4 flights that day. A fragment of Wright Flyer wood and fabric flew to the moon with Apollo 11's Neil Armstrong in 1969. A Swatch also accompanied John Glenn into orbit aboard Space Shuttle Discovery in 1998. Both astronauts were from Ohio. NASA's 4-pound helicopter will attempt to rise 10 feet into the extremely thin Martian air on its first hop. Up to 5 increasingly higher and longer flights are planned over the course of a month. The material is taped to a cable beneath the helicopter's solar panel, which is perched on top like a graduate's motorboard. For now, Ingenuity remains attached to the rover's belly. A protective shield dropped away over the weekend, exposing the spiny, long-legged chopper. The helicopter airfield is right next to the rover's landing site and a Jezero crater. The rover will observe the test flights from a distant perch before driving away to pursue its own mission, hunting for signs of ancient Martian life. Rock samples will be set aside for eventual return to Earth. The Associated Press Health and Science Department receives support from the Howard Hughes Medical Institute's Department of Science Education. The AP is solely responsible for all content. So yeah, Wright's brothers still making history, their name part of history.
Yeah. I'm just looking at pictures from the moon and the moon landing and all that.
Uh-huh.
The moon still intrigues me.
I know.
Does anybody think it was faked? That's a whole nother story, right?
Yeah. Like maybe that, I mean, I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I believe we've been to the moon. I don't know about all that.
I don't think we went to the moon when we said we went to
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just me though.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I do believe we've been there and all that, but what we saw wasn't.
Have you heard about the whole the pictures from Mars thing?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying that it's not really Mars, it's pictures from an island like off, I don't know, Canada or somewhere. I forget where.
Somebody actually found the land, and they were able to, like, this desert like land that they're able to almost like match up the same exact landscaping.
Yeah. Did anybody see the picture of the bird?
That's not a bird, it's a rock. The
You
baby
think?
duck?
Yeah.
That's not a baby duck.
It's not a duck, it's a puffin. Supposedly.
Really? To me, I only seen the little thumbnail that Tyler had sent to us. I'm like, that's not a baby duck, that's a rock that looks like a duck.
Yeah. I was thinking it was a rock too, but then I zoomed in on it and it does kind of look like a baby.
So it did look like a bird?
It kind of does.
Well, then there you go. So wherever this place is that they're saying in Canada, do they have puffins?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well then there we go.
Yeah.
I knew something was just fishy when the way it went down.
I don't know if it's real or if this bird is real or not. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's like pictures of ghosts. Is it pareidolia or is it really a freaking baby bird? Yeah, I was looking for the picture, but I can't find it now.
And look at our pub chat. Tyler has it.
It's mysteriously. Yeah, let me see if I can find it there. Yeah, I like.
It didn't make sense the way it landed, because it's like, okay, we're missing parts of this. They cut it and they did, and my mom says, well, maybe it's because we see the weird stuff like the mask, the face, and everyone might freak out, and they have to look at it first, before the population sees it and we freak out. La 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 la.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the video. I probably
I
shouldn't
can't play the video.
probably
I don't know.
shouldn't play the audio on it.
I'm actually looking. I seen Tyler send it, and I seen the little thing, and I'm like, dude, that's a rock. So I didn't even.
Let's see here. Yeah, see, it's right here. It kind of looks like a rock right here. But somebody else zoomed in more, and they said that there's a frog in there too. Oh, he's circling what I was circling.
Nose, the back, the tail, the butt, foot area, and the wing.
Is it a
If
bird
walks
on
like
Mars?
a duck and quacks like a duck, oh my God.
Might be a daggum duck.
Might be a daggone duck.
But see, when you zoom way out, I mean, these are like 4K huge pictures, that
They show like, what we see, and then they say what's really behind it, and it shows like all like the Hollywood cameras and
yeah.
all those memes going around. Holy crow.
Holy cow, man. Yeah, but it's just like on, the moon landing pictures. Everybody says if you zoom in to one of the pictures to the reflection on one of the astronauts' masks, you can see the cameras and stuff behind.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think it's a rock, but it damn sure looks like a little bird when you zoom in on it.
Well, as far as my investigating, like I said, was I looked at this, and from looking at this, I'm like, dude, that's a rock.
Yep. Or a puffin, one or the other.
Just because it was like sitting there with a bunch of other rock, but they sit and act like those birds will chill and lay their eggs around the rocks like that as like a little protection.
I mean, it's
we have some birds similar to those type out here that lay down in the gravel like that and lay their little eggs in the rock.
Yeah.
In the dirt.
Hey, if I was a Martian up there and I knew, the humans were coming there, I'd put all kinds of shit out there just to mess with them,
You see like a boot. There's a thimble. There's a duck.
There's a duck. What is the zebra doing on Mars? It's a cardboard.
There's a unicorn.
Yeah. It's like,
that'd be tight if there really was a unicorn.
Who was that?
And a mermaid. They've got the mermaids and the unicorns and the fairies and the leprechauns.
Who was that we had on Jason had on Paranormal Soup that was talking about the unicorns? That was an interesting show.
That was.
But hey, did unicorns did they exist? I don't know.
Hey, I mean, there's a lot of trippy looking dinosaurs and stuff, and we haven't found everything.
How can I say?
Plus, what if there's on other planets that we haven't seen yet? Maybe they had their ice age and they had dinosaurs, and maybe they had different dinosaurs that looked like unicorns and stuff like that, and we just haven't seen their skeletons yet. See, we don't know any of that, so we can't say no.
Exactly.
I mean, we can say no, but we can't say no. Did you see those posters I posted on Instagram that show like where we are in the Milky Way? Like our solar system is such a little tiny piece.
Oh yeah.
This huge belt.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, people. We obviously cannot be the most intelligent.
No.
That is for sure.
No. We're smart. There's smart people here. And there's some extremely, smart people. There has been some extremely smart people on the planet Earth, but even the Einsteins and everybody else, Einstein and Tesla and all those guys, they still didn't hop in a spaceship and go to another planet. So, if aliens exist and they can get here, they're way more advanced than we are. But it's funny, when we talk about we're gonna, we have a plan in case we're ever attacked by aliens. We ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna do what they want to do to us.
When our pizza box has to say open before eating the pizza,
yeah, exactly.
You know that we're doomed as a society.
Yep. You know, when you get coffee and it, you know, warns you that it's hot. Well, no shit, it's hot. But yeah, they got to do that because, you know, the lady sued McDonald's for hot coffee going on her.
Spilled her.
So now they don't have hot coffee. It's just
No.
warm coffee because you got
Lukewarm.
Gilbert that's going to sue you.
Some dumb thinking woman.
Yeah, Tyler, we were just talking about the baby bird on Mars from your post.
Little baby duck.
Baby puffin.
It's a baby duck.
Baby duck on Mars. Yeah, don't eat the Tide Pods. Yep. You get anything in a plastic bag, you know, and it's got a warning on it that says, don't put this on your head. Don't let your kids put this on their head. Well, damn. I grew up in a time that I did put plastic bags on my head. Didn't die. You know, drank water out of the hose, rode the bike without a helmet. I survived.
Exactly.
It's funny, you know, we're going through some of my mom's stuff the other day that was in this little side table thing. And Darcy pulls out this and she's like, holy crap, when's the last time you saw one of these? And it was a thermometer that actually had mercury in it, you know?
Oh, no way.
And I remember playing with that when I was a kid. So does she.
Oh.
You like break the thermometer open and, you know,
and then
mercury's like rolling around.
stir it up and play with it.
Yeah.
That was good times.
Yeah, no wonder I act very strange now. Eating lead paint chips off the wall, you know.
And the asbestos in the ceilings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we survived all that.
Natural immunity, baby. We got.
If we could survive all of that and growing up and all that shit, what's this whole corona thing about? Where everybody's
We're like cockroaches.
Yeah. I don't know. I can get on and I can just like be going down the road and just off the side into the ditch and just there goes the conversation.
The bird would have died though, Tyler.
If it was on
Mars. Oxygen and radiation and all that.
Well, maybe it's a Martian puffin. Maybe it breathes Martian air.
Well, he says, what if Russia been there before USA and then put the bird out there?
That's true.
A real bird couldn't live without a spacesuit.
Russia could have just sent, you know, a little rover thing up there before we did, and they could have said, hey, let's have this rock carved to look like a baby bird and let's leave it here so the dumbass Americans can find it and
see if they catch this on Google Earth.
We're doing space pranks.
What was it? Remember the Mike Tyson cartoon? And what's his name? Jimmy. The voice of the pigeon. He was a comedian on Saturday Night Live.
Jimmy Fallon?
Nope. I can't think. Anyway, the pigeon, they went into space and they even had the little globe for the pigeon. A little spacesuit.
I missed that one. Speaking of Tyson, is he supposed to start fighting again? I think I just saw something today about that.
I don't know. He fought someone like a few months ago, I thought. I thought he lost.
Exactly. Hey, Heather, how's it going? Yeah, Angela. You grew up in a time when you learned by trial and error along with ass whippings. That's how you earned your common sense badges and scars and ticks and twitches.
Sink or swim.
Exactly. That's how I learned how to swim. Unfortunately, went to, you know, growing up surfing and as much as I love the water, when I was a little kid, I was scared shitless of the water. I wanted nothing to do with the water. I wanted everything to do with the water, but I was scared shitless of the water. And went to the YMCA. My mom put me in swimming lessons. And
what made you afraid?
I don't know. I was just inherently afraid. I don't know why. I mean,
maybe a past life thing.
Might have been. Yeah, I could have drowned in a past life or something. And I remember being at the pool and, you know, I'd go in the shallow end and I'd look at the deep end like it was, you know, hell on earth. And I remember being there one day and it had been like 4 weeks of me going to these swimming lessons, and I still hadn't gotten the deep end. And my swimming instructor just walked up to me and was like, "You ready to go in the deep end yet?" And I'm like, "Nope, not yet." And he was like, "Boom!" Just threw me in, just pushed me in. He's like, "Now you are." If you did that to a kid nowadays, it'd be
I
like
almost drowned.
Yeah.
My first NDE was from that. Like, I live by the beach. I could do little swimming, like in the shallow type, and like, you know, I was just learning. Like, once we came out here, my mom has like in swimming lessons because we have the pool. I was doing like swim team stuff after a while, you know. But I told them I couldn't swim well, and they had a high dive, and they kept saying, "You need to jump off the high dive. You need to jump off the high dive." I'm like, I said, "I don't know how to swim like that. I can't." My mom wasn't there. I was like 6 or 7. Jumped off the high dive, went underwater, started to come back up. I'm splashing. The kids thought I was splashing them, so they start splashing me and pushing my head back underwater. I'm swallowing water, trying to come up. They think I'm playing, throwing me back under.
Nice.
Finally, one of the people, you know, I started to go into La La Land, and I saw the lights through the water, and you know, all that. And then one of the people had pulled me out and all that. But my mom they didn't tell her about the situation. I told my mom about it. But yeah, that was my first NDE, and I was so pissed. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I told them I can't swim, and they're having me jump off a high dive.
Yeah. Zariana says, "Rob, don't they have alligators in the water there as well as sharks?" Oh yeah, it's Florida. It's a freaking
It's Florida.
It's a swamp. It's just a swamp and a sandbar. Yeah, we got alligators, we got sharks, we got some pretty mean ass jellyfish.
Anacondas.
Yeah, anacondas down in South Florida. Well, not anacondas, but reticulated pythons. There are some anacondas down there, but yeah, and we got moccasins that swim in the water, and rattlesnakes that swim in the water, and we got all kinds of stuff. Bugs that'll bite you. We got all kinds of stuff. It's great here. All my friends come down from up north, and they're like, "Holy shit, man! I've seen more bugs here than any place I've ever been in my life." Well, welcome to the swamp.
Yeah.
Remember,
have the bug shields on everything.
Yeah, we were out paddleboarding one day, and Darcy was like, I said, "Don't fall off your board right now." She's like, "Why?" Like, because there's a moccasin swimming kind of close to you. She was freaking out. What do I do? What do I do? I'm like, he's not going to bother you. If he gets close, you got a big long paddle in your hand, just flip his ass away. Just don't fall on him,
We're in the hot tub, and between the pool, a little baby rattler was coiled up, and like the little part where the water can flow from one side to the other, from the pool into the hot tub. So he's chilling like in that little dark spot, and then there was a couple girls sitting over there, and all of a sudden this rattler just comes out, on the bubbles that are inside, freaking out.
Classic.
Yeah.
Do I still go in the water? Yep, every chance I get. They don't bother me. I guess, if they did, it could either just be a bite or it could be really bad.
God, I love scuba diving and snorkeling, and I didn't get to do it when I was in Florida.
Yeah.
Hawaii a bunch of times, Mexico, and out here, Monterey, all that. But I did not get a snorkel or dive in Florida. And that's on my bucket list. And so is Australia, the
yeah,
reef.
Yeah, that would be awesome. They got some badass jellyfish, box jellyfish in Australia. Get stung by those, they'll kill you. So yeah, that was my point. Zariana was talking about, sharks and alligators and stuff. Yep, we got them. But where do you live again, Zariana? I should know, but I forgot. Pretty much everywhere has something.
Mhm.
You know, Jamie and me are always talking, you know, we got hurricanes and stuff here. She's got fires and mudslides there,
And
you know,
earthquakes.
and earthquakes. Yeah. I mean, a fire is like, well, holy shit, it's a fire. You know, I woke up, I was going to get me a cold drink. Somebody was barbecuing. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Yep. We get fires here, but they're nothing like the fires that you guys get out there that burn like millions of acres and like the whole freaking state is on fire. That's a scary fire. We just get these little brush fires and forest fires here.
But you guys get big ass tornadoes, and like, what is it? Kansas gets big, you know, like the hurricanes and or tornado. There's hurricanes, tornadoes. We don't got to worry about those.
Yep.
Our big thing is the earthquakes and the fires up here.
Yeah. Far away from the water. But what do you have there?
There was that point when all of our weather was weird everywhere. Like Texas was flooded, Florida, remember, was flooded.
Yep.
Then like Perry, like in Chicago, it was like ice, like tons and tons of ice, and then we were on fire. It was like crazy, like
Yeah.
4 years ago, 3 years ago.
The world was ending.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane. Each area of the USA had a catastrophe.
Yep.
Like their version of the bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere has their own gig, you know. We get hurricanes, alligators, and sharks and snakes, and other places get tornadoes that like level the whole town, you know. Louisiana, they get their ass kicked pretty much every year by a hurricane or something.
I know.
Like a hurricane and then a flood, it like floods the entire like place, like everything. Texas, they got their ass kicked just recently.
Yep.
And it's like snowing in places that don't normally snow. So there's all kinds of weird stuff everywhere.
Lots of changes.
Yep. Tornadoes. Those are no fun.
Oh, we're very due for an earthquake, Sherry. And in fact, they were just talking the other day about the fault line out here. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, definitely going to break off into the ocean on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think about that. I'm like, yep, California's just going to break off and fall into the ocean. And then I'm like, I live on a sandbar.
Yeah, you're going to go. Yeah, either you're going under, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, not going to be good.
Every hurricane season, you know, it's like, what happens if we really get a flood? And I'm like, well, I do have two 12-foot paddle boards up in the ceiling in my garage, and I got a canoe. And
I asked you, I'm like, you do have a boat, right, Ron? You got a blow boat? We're sending you radios and shit. Like, Ron, if I have to drive out there. I was worried about you guys that year.
yeah, we got our share of them. We didn't hardly get anything this year.
I know, because it's like that. Remember, I'm like, do we even have fires? Oh yeah, we had a fire season.
Yeah. It's not over yet though, so who knows? But
Well, Lori, we will do some cards, but we still have. Oh, we got half an hour. I decided I'll play cards tonight too. When we do. But
speaking of cards, Colette Baron Reed's got a new deck of cards out.
who, huh?
Colette Baron Reed's got a new deck of cards out.
Oh,
Anybody seen those yet?
negative.
Yeah.
So,
Say what?
I was gonna see if people wanted me to start writing them down on the card list. But since Lori brought it up.
Bears and bobcats. Bobcats don't scare me much, but bears, man, I don't want to run into bears out in the woods. I was going to do a story about a bear tonight. I saw one that people had video of a bear that broke in and he took a leisurely dip in their hot tub. He was just hanging out in the hot tub. He was like, "Oh yeah, tub of water here. I think I'll take a dip."
That's
Somebody
funny.
can turn this on.
Huh?
I say I was going to do a story about a bear tonight that people had on their, I don't know if it was their, their security camera or whatever. A bear came up on their.
I didn't hear the last thing you said about something on. You said
Oh
something.
yeah, the bear was probably sitting in the hot tub saying, "Hey, can somebody come turn this thing on?"
Oh yeah, can you turn up the heat?
Yeah, Colette Baron Reed's got a new deck out. It's called the Dream of the Shaman or something like that. It's kind of like this shaman deck that I love, but it's another one that's kind of related to that. Same artist and everything.
I'm gonna do the moon cards tonight. Okay, if anybody would like a reading, put a thumbs up in chat on YouTube, on Facebook. Put a thumbs up so I can look for those and write everybody down. I got Lori first.
Yep,
And that way.
Just came out like 2 days ago.
Oh, damn.
You can get it on Amazon, but I don't order anything on Amazon. But if you go to Hay House, they have it on sale right now, cheaper than Amazon. Hay House.
Poker. I hardly know her. Angela.
Jamie's got a wild fox that runs around her neighborhood.
What does the fox say? You want to start out or you want me to start for Lori? You want to do Lori?
Let's see, what cards will I use?
I got you. I got you down, D. Zuriana, are you gonna want one?
I'm using the Wisdom Keepers.
Since we have half an hour, I can give a little more of the information on these ones. You got Wisdom Keeper?
Yeah, if I'll be able to see what I'm reading here. My eyes are doing funky things tonight. Yeah, these have kind of long things, so I'm just going to read part of it.
You got Lori. Okay, got you, Debbie.
See how many times I can hit the mic and have it go dong, dong, dong.
Be cool if they let us play some music while we do this.
Speaking of that, we can play some music.
Rob's allowed to talk on Sundays. He's just quiet because he's running stuff. And Jason interviews the guests And then I do the lot in the chat rooms and admin stuff, and Rob does the technical stuff.
Technical.
And Jason wants us to talk more, but sometimes it's kind of hard to get.
Hard to get a word in.
Yeah, just a little bit, especially when he's excited about a topic, and we don't like to feel like we're having to interrupt sometimes.
Yeah, I talk every now and again. My favorite show so far has been Lionel Freeberg. We got to get
Oh,
it.
yes.
That dude has an interesting life.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Lori, you got this card. It's the invention card. Hey, look, glasses. Holy crap. The Plutium Space Modulator. All right, what it says about this card. The 24th gift is truly magical and contains the secret to genius. Genius is far more than lateral thinking. It's the ability to make quantum leaps. I'll read the gift of the card. These cards have a bunch of different meanings, but this is my gift to you. I'm here to tell you that addiction is not only about what you do, but how you think, and especially how you think during the moments in your life where you bump against the unknown, your own ignorance, a deafening silence, and an inner emptiness. There are whole worlds of possibilities in the space between thoughts, sounds, even between your impulses and cravings. One of the most difficult, yet most rewarding things you can do in life is to embrace those gaps in your awareness. Don't push your anxiety away. Don't fill in those holes. As you make peace with emptiness and befriend uncertainty, your talent for invention will create thinking, and living will flourish.
Very good. And then I was shuffling and thinking about Heather while you were doing that, and I pulled the Bring Love into the Situation New Moon in Aquarius card.
And yeah, it does kind of look like Einstein. Thought you were talking about me with glasses on for a minute.
And Aquarius is all about progress and modernity, so this is the time to move forwards. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way. It can come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there's a sense that you need to let go of the past and move forward towards your future as soon as possible. Attune to the moon, explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. And additional meanings, you need to be more detached from the situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. And then there's a teaching, but it just talks about Aquarius.
It's the age of Aquarius.
So next you have Angela. What was that, Rob?
It's the age of Aquarius? I don't know. That's
Yeah, the age of Aquarius.
I was shuffling these, and one of them just popped
Just
out.
popped out.
So there you go. It is the imagination card. And by the way, that thing you posted today with the where you said close your eyes and think and then take snapshot.
Yeah.
I did that. I got my picture saved. It was a pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It hit right on point.
Nice.
All right. This card says if you allow your pain or the world pain to be expressed through an artistic process, you will see the alchemy in progress. And the gift from this card, I come to set your imagination free. Be first. You must bless your pain and confusion with the gift of your awareness. In the presence of confusion, there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to figure out. Confusion is a totally natural human state. It's actually holy ground, so taste it, embrace it. Do not try to change, interpret, or get rid of it. As soon as you remember that you are not your confusion, its true diamond nature will emerge from coal. As your imagination will be released, so that you can give expression to your pain and inner demons through a fulfilling process of creativity. Whether you're expressing with a paintbrush or a pen, be honest, courageous, illogical, and wild. Go where no one else has gone before. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of doing that myself right now.
And then, I'm sorry.
I say I'm kind of doing that myself right now. I'm kind of taking a leap on some things.
Yeah. I was pulling for D and got the nothing will come of this situation, void of course, moon. In a form of astrology known as I can't pronounce it, where astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded. A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter or situation will bear no fruit. So I don't know, Dee, if you were happen to be thinking about something specifically when you were saying you wanted your card, perhaps. This may or may not be good news depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. And I'm thinking about you right now and your appointments you're having to go to. So that could be good news as far as that stuff goes. Remember, the cards can only predict what you're currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and beliefs. Attuned to the moon, I trust in my highest good. And additional meanings for the card: the chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out, meditate, and contemplate. So I'll send you also a copy of that. And then, Rob, you've got Azariana.
Cool. Yeah, Angela. Definitely get back to your artwork. I don't know what it is about artwork, whether it's painting or me, like I've been working with metal and I'm getting my painting stuff set back up. But I was just telling Jamie the other day, it's good therapy, man.
It's something I've stopped doing myself, and Rob's getting me motivated into wanting to pick back up on my stuff.
And Jamie's the one that got me motivated to start this new thing I'm doing. All right, Zariana, you got this card right here. It's another one that popped out. Naturalness. And it says, I like this card. I've seen this one come out several times. Once you understand that you are neither your name or your actions, feelings, thoughts, or beliefs, you realize that human nature is something far greater and wider than you've ever suspected. And the gift from this card, I am striving to discover who you are, and I know how difficult it can be to answer this deeply human question. While you're searching for yourself, do not forget to enjoy the journey. There will be a time when you can just let it all go. In the end, you are not what you do or what you know. You are not your thoughts, feelings, or beliefs, nor are your looks or job description. Over time, as this truth sinks in and you stop arguing with your life, you will find yourself becoming more grounded, centered, and full of joy, more relaxed, free, and at ease. Whatever is in your heart, whatever you're meant to do or express, you will simply arise out of you with naturalness. I'm here to remind you that you are far more splendid than your mind could ever grasp, and your authentic nature is destined to bloom and contribute to the magnificent garden of which we're all a part of. Graciously take a bow, get out of your own way, and let it happen.
And I am shuffling for Debbie. I don't see who you're responding to on Twitch, Rob.
Me?
Yeah, like I was writing on there. I see you like responding to something or somebody, but all I see are like your comments and my comments, but I don't see
I didn't respond to anybody
on
Twitch.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
The Weird Wednesday show, St. Augustine is right between Jacksonville and Daytona. Then it says toilet paper.
Yeah. I was just replying to comments in here, and that name popped up.
Okay. I was going to say, like, how am I missing if we're, like, logged in as the same person?
It's like, am I having a conversation I didn't know about?
I'm like, toilet paper?
Yeah. Zach said, what are we going to send to Uranus? And I said, toilet paper.
Ah.
You're welcome, Zariana.
Debbie has luck is on your side. New moon and Sagittarius card. I like that picture.
Oh, that one is a cool one.
Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. To attune to the moon, count your blessings, literally. Write them down or say them out loud. And I posted something earlier about the power of writing these things in your own handwriting.
Yep.
Additional meanings for this card. You need to laugh more. We all need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course of study or teaching. Don't be narrow-minded. Start a week of gratitude practice, such as a Facebook or through Facebook, or a journal or blog. I would say a journal or blog. The teaching, Sagittarius is a sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. It's a sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all of this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best.
Cool.
So yay for luck on your side.
Yeah, D, my blood pressure was quite a bit higher than that the other day too. I just did a visit with I did the teledoc. Has anybody used the teledoc?
Not yet.
Teledoc was pretty cool. I've got another appointment with a teledoc, a dermatology teledoc.
Oh,
But yeah,
that'll be a weird examination depending
yeah,
what kind of, where you gotta.
yeah. I had to take pictures and send it to him.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So do you want the full nudes or what?
You want my face cropped in or cropped out?
Yeah. Yeah, my teledoc the other day, she was like, well, what can I help you with? I said, well, I need to get my blood pressure medicine and stuff. And she's like, well, do you have a primary physician? And I'm like, well, sort of. I said, I haven't been to her in 7 months because she was pissing me off. And I really liked the doctor, but it was just they were just pissing me off because I would she wouldn't give me, a 90-day prescription or anything. It's only 30, and it's freaking blood pressure medicine. It's like supposed to
Sound
take
like a narcotic.
Yeah, exactly. It's freaking blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Yeah, and she's telling me, well, you can't just stop taking it. And the doctor the other day was like, well, do you have blood pressure medicine now? And I'm like, no, I haven't taken it for 7 months.
Oh my God.
She's like, that's exactly her reply. Oh my God, you can't do that. Why did you quit taking it? I said, because my friggin' doctor is basically telling me that she won't give me a prescription. She won't renew my prescription until I come in and pay for a visit.
Oh, bullshit. This is your life, dude.
Yeah. So I said, so it just pissed me off. And it's the principle of the thing. I said, I like the doctor, but it's just a racket. They're holding my health hostage.
Yeah, you don't care about your health.
Yeah. The doctor's all, oh, you can't stop taking it. Like, you don't give a shit about my health. All you give a shit about is me coming in there paying you more
and to
money.
get that office fee.
Exactly. That's all it revolves around.
Because you can't be playing with your blood pressure medicine like that. That's like the worst thing to screw with.
Yeah. Well, I was doing good. I was doing some natural stuff.
Just got my blood pressure up.
I was keeping it down pretty good, but the whole thing, that last month or two with my mom passing and all that, I was like stressed out to the max. And yeah, my blood pressure was stressed out to the max too. I took it one night because I was feeling really weird, and I was like, holy shit, I ain't never seen that high before.
Do you have something to test it at home?
Yeah, I got a blood pressure cuff and all that stuff. And
my dad did too.
Yeah.
Well, it's still here, but he'd sit there and do his and then check me and my mom's. But then he'd always sit there and make me laugh on purpose when I'm trying not to laugh. And then he'd be like, don't laugh. I miss that.
Yeah, I got a blood pressure cuff, and I got a blood sugar test kit and all that stuff.
Blood sugar sex, baby. Or blood sugar sex magic.
Yeah, it's important for sure. I've been gambling.
I hear too many I hear too much about just different stuff when it comes to blood pressure medicine. And that's just something that freaks me out.
I just went and you know, when I ran out, and my doctor was like, "Well, you have to come in before I give you any more." And I'm like, "You just got done telling me that, you know, I can't stop taking it. So now you're telling me you're not going to give me any more until I come in and do an office visit." And I'm like, "That's kind of bullshit."
There's got to be a way, like the Department of Health, like somebody, because that's them playing with your actual life.
Yeah, they don't care.
I know they don't.
They don't care. Just like when I used to have a prescription for Xanax, and I had it for a couple of years. And I went in one day to get, you know, same thing. I had to go to the doctor. You know, what are you here for? Get my prescriptions renewed. You know, nothing wrong. I just need my prescription.
Yeah, your refills.
And they're like, okay, yeah, we can do everything. And then the doctor comes out and he's like, yeah, we can't give you any more Xanax because they're really cracking down here on us and blah, 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 blah. But he gave me this long story after he had told me that you can't just stop taking that stuff, you know, or really bad things can happen.
Yeah,
And
like you could stop breathing and other things like that.
5 minutes later, he's telling me, yeah, we can't give you any more. And even the nurse came out afterwards. She came out and she was like looking over her shoulder and she was like, I heard what your doctor just told you. That's bullshit. I'm like,
Then what he needed to do was give you a lesser prescription and then
yeah, like,
wean you down properly.
yeah, my weaning down was just wham, stop.
No, you can't just cold turkey that.
Yeah. Well, I did. Sort of. There's always medications that you can get at the doctor, and there's always medications you can get from the street doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Nobody heard that.
No. I call him the street pharmacist.
Yeah.
Or
But
buzz.
Yep, they just knocked me right off of it. And that's when I got this new doctor, you know.
Florida is really weird. I hear all the time, like from my counselor, he always talks about that you guys have the hardest, weirdest regulations when it comes to medications out there.
Yeah, they're really tight on it here. I know one of my friends, his wife she's been on Xanax for over 30 years. And they pretty much did the same thing to her. Yeah, you're not supposed to be on it that long. Because it has it's some pretty bad shit. But,
yeah, I saw the Dr. Oz.
But yeah, they just pretty much did the same thing to her. They were like, no, we really can't. We're going to have to stop that prescription.
Are you serious?
She flipped out, like literally.
Well, yeah, because that's something she's obviously dependent on. Now she's going to have a damn anxiety, whatever she needs her medicine for.
Yeah, she flipped out, like tore the house apart. Like it got really bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she had a major event happen. And it wasn't just because she was pissed off. I mean, she like went crazy.
Damn. What?
So did we miss anybody? What's up, Debbie?
Hi, Debbie. I wasn't sure if that was you, Debbie, that I did the reading for on YouTube, or which Debbie we have in YouTube, because it just has a red D and it just says Debbie with no last name. So now I'm not sure which Debbie's on YouTube.
You want a card, Debbie? We'll do a card.
Hey, Tyler, we got 3 more minutes.
Boom. It is the self-assurance card using the Wisdom Keeper's deck. And it says, what does it say? As you begin to accept that life has its own plans and flow, you also begin to stop interfering with the process at a mental level. The gift from this card: I come to bring you great relief. Your mind may be busy telling you what to do. That's okay. But for the moment, I invite you to smile tenderly at your sweet, worried mind and know that everything is going to be all right. Right now, there's nothing to do, nothing to make happen, nothing to worry about, nothing to regret. Not in this moment. Just take a deep breath and know that your life is in the hands of something far greater than you could ever imagine. Even if you can feel at one with this moment, you're absolutely here right now. I promise you. Rejoice in the world of presence, and genuine self-assurance will be your reward. Yeah, I think we all are, Debbie, in some way or form, for sure.
What's that?
Looking for self-confidence and assurance.
You are? You said you are?
I say, I think we all are in it.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Debbie that's on YouTube. Turquoise Diva Debbie. Diva Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah, Chris Lee and Debbie Anderson are going to be on Paranormal Soup this coming Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channel. First time Jason's had them both on at the same time. That'll be an interesting show for sure.
I just broke my roller.
Uh-oh. You're going to be old school rolling.
That's going to be a fun show. We've never had them together like that.
Yeah. 3 miles from Wary Road. He's got coupons for Yankee Candle if anybody needs any.
Who does?
D.
I haven't got from them in a long time. I didn't even know they were still around.
Oh, yeah. There you go, D. Debbie loves her some Yankee Candle. Well, cool. That about wraps us up for the evening on this weird Wednesday. As it is 2 a.m. here, my time. So y'all take care. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you Sunday on Paranormal Soup. And maybe Jamie and me will just like take over and do a lot more talking. Jason will be going, what the hell's happened?
I don't think
Yeah, probably not.
I could see that happening.
Yeah.
No, but I love Debbie and Chris, and definitely we'll probably be doing more talking with them.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. And there you go. There you have it. And again, I talked to my buddy and I sent the first episode, not the first, but one of the past episodes of Weird Wednesday. So it should be coming out on
Okay.
Roku, and Fire Stick, and on a phone app, and a few other places around
It is going to be on the phone app.
the interwebs. Yep.
I'm nervous.
So yeah,
It makes me feel weird.
and I think Paranormal Soup might end up being there too.
Oh, thank God. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I talked to Jason about it the other day. He was pretty stoked on it.
Good.
So cool. Y'all take care. We'll see you next week. See you Sunday.
Love you guys. Good vibes, everybody. Good vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Spread that love and light.